This is Amanda Holtstrom from OpenText. She is the Senior Product Designer. And we wanted to talk with Amanda today at the Canada 3.0 Forum about how OpenText has changed its product design strategies in terms of user adoption.
Great. So traditionally, OpenText software was developed by developers, people who recognized and understood business problems and then developed the software so that it worked for them. And what happened was the business units that were buying the software, so the IT groups, had the solutions addressed by our software, but it didn't really meet the needs of their users. So because the business users aren't always included in that buying decision, there wasn't a lot of test driving to see how user adoption would be done. And also sometimes the IT groups aren't as familiar with how to actually train their users on how to use it or go about the change management practices they need to. So what's happened is the IT groups, after their users reject the software, will come back to OpenText with some usability issues. And that prompted OpenText to start looking at usability and product design in general. So how our products integrate, how they interoperate, how they behave, so that our users love them. And as a result, they started product design, gave us some power, and I guess funding. And we now work with many of the teams in OpenText to make our software easier to use for the users.
What about users in the field? Do you have any dialogue with those people who, the end users of the product before it gets put out in the field?
So we try and interact with our customers as often as we can. And product design makes a distinction between customers, who are the people buying the software, and users,
yeah.
the people actually using it.
Sorry, I meant to say users.
Oh no, and that's
yeah.
fine. And
yeah.
we do. We interact with both those groups. So the customers are the ones who are driving us and making those requests for new features that would be more useful, and then we want to test them with users. So generally the way it goes about is we'll decide that a certain feature will go into a release, and then product design is asked to design it. And as part of that design cycle, if it's a large piece of functionality, we do talk to those customers and try and get access to those users to test out prototypes. So we'll mock up prototypes that sometimes are web, sometimes fully functional prototypes. Test them out on the users, do a few iterations. Sometimes we just run focus groups, but we'll do iterations on those designs. And then they get pushed into development, who will develop them. And then prior to release, generally, we try and test them out at our content world, where we run a usability lab there.